All right. Medical report. Okay, 3 questionables. Alvin with the ankle, Rashid with the hip, and then Alante with the shoulder. I feel like those 3 are trending well, though. Just get through the finishing part of these weeks. And then Devin Neal is good to go. Jawan's good to go. Chris is good to go. And Gotcha is good to go. So there's your medical, and we should be good to go. Open up for questions. We'll see. We'll see how they are medically, and we'll kind of address that tomorrow with finalizing the last roster spot or 2. And so we do have some flexibility there.
We heard from Doug and us today about sort of maybe not necessarily a difference in play calling and handling the offense, but the differences in how maybe quarterbacks want to attack things. Do you feel that, like attack certain coverages, do you feel like you've gotten enough with Tyler Shuck behind the scenes to kind of get a good feel of that?
Yeah. I feel like you lean back into training camp, all the things that we've done together and experienced through that whole process. Just because you're not starting games early in the year, you're still right there with the whole process. Obviously, those conversations as the week go are really important, just to kind of talk through how we see this thing playing out, some preferences, things that he's most comfortable with, and so I feel like it'll put us in a good position.
And Alvin spoke yesterday about the importance of, or not the importance, but also the difference in cadence from quarterback to quarterback and everything. How do you work on that with quarterbacks, or allow them to sort of have their own natural?
You try and keep them as similar as possible. I think our guys do a really good job of working hard on that it's all fairly consistent. Naturally, everyone's voice has a little bit of different inflection, and And so there's a little bit of differences. The guys just got to get used to it, especially for like those guys like Alvin, some of the guys who really just live in the starters world. They don't spend as much time in the other spaces, and so I think Tyler's done a nice job with it. There's a lot of little things like that. The way you communicate in the huddle, all those little nuances that are important for the whole operation.
And is the cadence different for Tyler, was the cadence different for Tyler when he was working with a guy like Alvin more consistently during training camp versus where he is now throughout the scout team?
I think the goal's obviously been to always have it the same. Naturally, Tyler, again, it's going to be slightly different, but I think they're very, very similar. I think for our guys, just getting used to it, it's just a different auditory thing. But, for the most part, our guys have been around Tyler, throughout most of the season, so I feel like it'll be just fine.
And was Rashid Shaheed's hip injury from the game with the
Yeah.
Kellen, obviously, you guys, new staff here, you're building everything up at 1 and 7 at this point. Like, do you have anything you want to say to the fans about just what you're building here and where you're at?
Yeah. Obviously, the goal is always to win games, and you can be really, really close, and ultimately we haven't won enough as we've gone through this process. I feel like the thing that I love and appreciate is our guys battle each and every week. They put their best foot forward. We're in a lot of these games, and so I feel like there's growth. You can feel it each and every week. I think our guys are getting better and better, and so it's just a matter of time before our guys play those complete games, the complimentary football. I've loved the energy our team has brought each and every week, and I think if you do that, and you trust the process, and you just keep focusing on the process and doing it the right way, the good things happen, as you go.
You kind of brought up play calling a couple of times throughout the week, but specifically after the game on Sunday, what was kind of your, or maybe number one priority, perhaps, in terms of what you wanted to see?
Just going into this game? Yeah, I think just we got to find a little bit more consistency and flow, and so you're always trying to figure out there's a lot of components to that, and you're always doing your due diligence to say what can I do better, what can I help our team with, and so I feel like we're continuing to evolve and find our groove, and so we got to have some urgency to get there, but I feel like there's been some growth this week as well.
There's not having you guys have a pretty late bye, and then also you're going to have the 10-day gap and a Thursday game. Does that make it harder to self-scout in the middle of the season like that, or are you trying to figure out?
Those are obviously very simple action points when you have those things. I think we try and do a good job throughout the weeks, just to stay ahead of some of those things. But obviously, bye weeks are obviously, traditionally very big self-scout moments. Or whether you have a Thursday game, you can have a self-scout after that. And so, we're trying to utilize each week to find those different things that we can, discuss and make sure we're on it.
Did you debate whether to leave early on this trip? Because I know you had done that on the previous West Coast trip. Was how that went?
No, no, we'll go today. We'll get out there. We'll do then. So we'll fly out there tonight just so we can kind of have 2 nights sleep on the West Coast. Do our normal walkthrough. It's the same routine as we always do, like a traditional Saturday. It just happens to be out there, and so I feel like there'll be a lot of positives to that. That's kind of been the traditional East Coast to West Coast, heading over there 2 time zones away. We feel comfortable with that process.
Why the difference on the 2 trips though? Like, you went a day.
We went 1 extra day out and going up to UW. Just early in the year, we'd been in New Orleans for almost over a month as a team. The heat allowed us to kind of practice for a day out there, get acclimated to which was going to be a fairly different climate from where we had been, and so it gave us 1 practice out there.
With Alvin being limited, I see Devin's been limited as well. How has Devin responded to maybe more opportunities in that?
Yeah, they've both done a really nice job. They're obviously going through, hey, it's this time of year. Guys are banged up and they're navigating a lot of that stuff. And so Devin's taking advantage of, maybe some extra opportunities here and there from a practice perspective, put him in a really good position to be successful on Sundays and for the other guys as well. I think, we got some younger guys that have hopped in there that we've recently acquired that are getting some reps as well. All right. All good. Thanks, guys.